join me again in my shed, and I thought I'd do a quick video on an external keyboard that I bought with mouse for my laptop. It came with quite a nice surprise that I wanted to show you a little bit more on. So some of you might already know I've got TVs scattered all around my shed and man cave. I've got a Apple TV there as well, an Apple monitor that I plug my Mac into, another monitor there with a laptop, and they can both be used on different TVs around the shed. So I've got that one keyboard for the laptop with a mouse. I wanted a separate one for the Mac, which also sits underneath that unit there. I wanted something quite cheap, but also something that was small, compact. This is what you get with it, and there is something extra that I'll show you later in the video that came with it, which was a great surprise. Made by Jellycom or Comb. On the back, 2 AAA batteries, and in there, that's where the dongle or receiver sits to plug into the USB. When you get it, it sits in there. I've already put the batteries in, of course. On the rear, there's an on and off switch as well. And then 4 rubber feet all the way around. Now, I'll come on to that in a minute because it's got this little tiny plastic support there as well, which I think needs modifying. I'll do that in the video. Keyboard model KUT019, rating 3 volts, 10 milliamps, made in China. So as you may see, it looks similar to, only slightly similar, to an Apple external keyboard. Now this one, I must admit, is quite flimsy. It's cheap plastic. It's very light, by the way. There's nothing to it. But one thing I have noticed is that there's a slight warp in the plastic, only slight. But what it means is when it's down, the rubber feet are on the surface, but it's got a little bit of a spring in the middle. So what I'm going to do is make another foot or a packer to sit underneath there, just to give it a bit more support. I don't want to go through the keyboard too much, but it's pretty standard. There's not much to it really, as you'd expect. There's the mouse, soft touch, on and off switch, 2 AAA batteries, scroller on top, left and right button, no click there, so it's not going to be too loud if you're worried about sound. But again, very cheap plastic. I'm not too worried about that. It's going to be used in and about the shed. The receiver, if you notice the keys, sprung loaded, nice to type with. But if you can see, yeah, it's got that little spring. Comes with a user manual, of course, wireless keyboard and mouse combo. And I say I've used this on my PC and on MacBook Pro. So what I think I'm going to do is make a little mod to pack that out a little bit so there's no spring in the keyboard. Before I do that, I'll show you the surprise that came with it. Completely unexpected. It came with this rubber protector, which sits over the keys. It's got a little recess on each button for them to sit in quite snug, and I prefer actually using it with this rubber strip than with bare keys. Obviously it's great for sawdust not getting in there, and paint spray or whatever else. If anything does spray over it, then I can take that off, and I suppose I can clean that fairly easily. Sits on there quite nicely. So yeah, I was pleased about that. It was a nice little surprise when I opened the box. And just to say as well, it's just under £20 on Amazon, so I'll put a link below. Okay, so just to quickly show you again underneath, this is the bit that I want to pack out. So while we've been talking, I've had the glue gun on. So what I'll do is put a little squirt on that. I'm going to get a candle to there like that, and then pop that straight on there. Now, I'm not going to push down on it because I want it to set at that height. Let's give it a few minutes and see what happens. Right, just to show you on the underside, let's see if I can get the level right. And if you can see there, it's made a nice little foot for it to sit on in the middle. Let's just hope it hasn't stuck to the surface. Right, a few minutes have passed, let's see what we can see. Has it stuck? Well, it feels stuck. Come on. Oh, yeah. Click. Onto here. Oh, look at that. Nice little pad on there now. See if it's cooled down anyway. See, a good thing about that as well, it's even got the angle of the keyboard. There we go, that's better. Nice little fix. So for the money, I don't think that's too bad at all, just under £20. In fact, when I got it, it was there was a 10% offer on. I think that's gone now, but they're still around £19, something like that. But I say I'll put a link below. Please give it a thumbs up if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to watch more. Any comments, stick them below. Thanks for watching. Take care. Cheers.